Hello to everyone in the Holy Trinity Greek Orthodox Cathedral community and all of our friends. This is Father Jonathan. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to continue our reflection on the Beatitudes with a conversation and meditation on the eighth and final Beatitude, which we will reflect upon. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Now, previously we spoke about Christ's words about hungering and thirsting for righteousness in that beatitude. We reflected on how righteousness and to be righteous is to live in accordance with God's will for us and for his whole creation. It is to hunger and thirst for God's divine will for salvation and to live and actualize that reality in our lives. This means to love as God loves, to love God and love as he loves. This means to be merciful, gentle, poor in spirit, pure of heart, to be peacemakers and reconcilers in the world. All of the Beatitudes are interconnected and form a way of life. This way of life, though, is countercultural at times. It compels us to go against the grain of society. This is because it is a prophetic way of being in the world. Not prophetic in a way that somehow reveals soon to happen events or events far off in the future. No, it's about living in a manner that challenges the world to rethink how it's living. Challenge the people of the world to rethink how they are living. So as to seek after God's righteousness as well, that is to do his will. The challenge is this way of being is difficult, and we are confronted with a multifaceted way of dealing with it. First, we cannot be a prophetic presence in the world if the totality of our way of life does not offer a righteous critique of the world. If our lives are not reflective of the righteousness of God, what constructive prophetic criticism can we hope to offer a world that needs such correction? We must first live out the rest of the Beatitudes as a complete way of life before we can hope to have a prophetic voice, a voice that challenges the status quo. And second, because we are offering critical prophetic witness against the ways of the world might not receive us and might not receive our message. We all know how difficult it can be at times to receive critical commentary, even when that is constructive and ultimately for our benefit. So it makes sense that the world, really the people in it, would find prophetic critique difficult to receive. Inasmuch as critical commentary on the state of the world through the lens of the gospel of righteousness will be difficult to hear by many, there might also be a radical rejection of that word of correction, which might lead to what Christ names as persecution for righteousness' sake. In this beatitude, that's who are blessed, those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. It is here that we begin to make sense of this final beatitude. If we live out the Beatitudes and strive to live in accordance with God's will, we might suffer persecutions for the sake of our commitment to doing the will of God. In this final series of videos, we will explore what it means to be a prophetic voice, what it means to suffer persecution for righteousness' sake, and to ultimately how a way of life such as this will lead us to the kingdom of heaven. I hope you're doing well. This is just the start of a beautiful conversation. If you have any ideas for future videos, don't hesitate to reach out. If you have any questions that you'd like for us to respond to in one of these videos, we're also glad to hear it. You can call us, email us, leave us a message in the comments section, or send us a note via social media, whatever way possible. Again, we hope you're doing well. We love you and we're praying for you. And I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. God bless.